This man's just got a bowl of beans. A bowl of beans for breakfast.
Right, get out my beans, bro.
Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, is Tass Mellis.
Podcast listeners, this is for you.
Next to him, it's the bearded one, my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-yo! And last but not least, over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Shout out to the stream team joining us live right now on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. Get your No Dunks merch. JD's got the new purple hoodie on over at nodunks.com. Looks great, JD. Didn't take you as a purple man. I'll be honest. Thought you'd be getting the black hoodie. Yeah.
Well, I got so many black hoodies.
Yeah.
So,
True. Switch it up. Oh, that pops, man. I like it.
Yeah, Rachel. So this is gonna be Rachel's in like a day.
Oh, yeah. Your wife's gonna take it.
Yesterday, showed it to her. Nice shirt. You saw her today. She was like, as she was leaving, she's like,
she did say
I like
it again.
That sweatshirt.
Yeah. Twice.
God damn it.
I saw she was wearing the free British Open shirt that we got from our friend Shannon.
She was.
Yeah. She grabs all your stuff.
You do know, or maybe you should tell her, like, she can go to nodunks.com. You can get another one. She doesn't have to take yours.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I said, I got a code, baby.
Although I don't take you and your wife as that couple that wears like the same thing on vacation.
Oh, no.
No.
Try not to.
That's a power move, isn't it?
Hell yeah. We're just not quite there yet.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're still working to get to that level?
Yeah.
I like it.
Send in your questions and comments to nodunks@theathletic.com. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of the social media channels at No Dunks Inc. A few other pods for you to check out. Yesterday, No Breaks, TK, Graydon, JD, reviewing the 1990 film Days of Thunder.
Timely.
With Tom Cruise, yeah.
So timely.
Robert Duvall, Nicole Kidman. I listened to this after my appointment that kept me from being on it, and I was loving every second of it. I laughed out loud like 3 or 4 times, you guys breaking down this hilarious movie.
Well, you have a neurosurgery appointment? Yeah, just tell that's a concussion.
Yeah. I got to rewatch Days of Thunder now
That's
after
good.
listening to you guys.
That's fun to watch.
Yeah, you guys gave it pretty decent reviews for I like how you put it. A really good bad movie.
Perfect bad movie.
Sometimes that's all you want on a lazy Sunday, right?
Sure.
Throw on Days of Thunder. And then coming up later today, another podcast. It has its own podcast feed as well, its own YouTube feed. That is the Is This Good podcast with our guy Matty O as the host. Special guest this week, Max Shapiro, who is a self-described food vigilante. So he's going to be coming on Is This Good because this is a restaurant edition. JD, could you give me an example, like, of one of the cues or
One
topics?
of the cues is like, is it good to gesture at a waiter? Like, you know, the
check, please.
Or
yeah,
checker.
or
Get over here.
come over, or maybe even snapping the fingers. Which I
Ooh,
can't imagine anyone
yeah.
would say that would be
Wow.
good, but
There's a big range. When you said gesture, I'm like, what's wrong with gesturing? But there is a big range.
there is. Yeah,
He's not a pet.
no
Snapping?
snapping.
That's
Absolutely
much.
not.
That's a little much.
So, yeah, the classic is, check,
this-
please. Like,
yeah.
What about come over here? There's nothing wrong with
come
that.
over here. Yeah.
Come here. Hello. I'm over here.
What about, is there a universal sign language for cutlery that you need? More cutlery?
Silverware.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't get cutlery down
Yeah,
here.
don't say cutlery to an American.
Yeah, God
They're
forbid.
like, what the F?
What the hell do you want?
Jackson once, when he was little, said, "Can I get some cutlery?" And they're like, "What are you talking about, young man?" Like, fork and knife. Oh, silverware.
Silverware sounds
I highly
so
doubt it's
formal.
made of silver, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We're talking about plastic spoons and knives and forks. It's not silverware, but yeah, don't say cutlery down here. Okay, so those podcasts are already up in No Breaks case and Is This Good coming later today. If you haven't, subscribe to Is This Good, wherever you listen and download podcasts or the YouTube feed. It's all separate now. Okay, we got a fun, different type of podcast here today. No hoops on last night. No games. People thought we might take the day off. No. The factory never
God
stops.
forbid.
Yeah, sorry, JD.
No way.
But we have like a twist to today's podcast because we're tapped into NBA Reddit.
Yeah, we thought we'd dedicate an episode directly to everybody out there on NBA Reddit. everything about NBA Reddit because, listen, we all go there. A lot of people steal from there. We thought we'd give some credit to the NBA Redditors out there because a lot of people mention it, but I think they should be getting a little bit more credit. Ain't that some NBA creditors? Whatever. Anyways, so we'll try a monthly show here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, grabbing the best threads from there and then discussing them here on the show. We'll see how it goes. We're evolving. Throw out your suggestions, your questions, what you think we should be doing. We'll get some maybe some original posters on here, some OPs to talk about their stuff. Anyways, we'll see how it evolves. But let's get started because we got a few big topics to get to. Okay. Plus, we'll answer some additional questions that we didn't get to in the AMA, which we did on Reddit a little later on. First, this one actually kind of got me peeved because I'm a little disappointed that we didn't think of this nickname.
Okay.
From Electrical Keyboard, a Redditor said, Steph Carey tonight. After his 47-point performance versus Sacramento, he called him Steph Carey. And then we'll talk about Steph and what he did and his MVP chances. But in general, number one, I'm shocked that we haven't said Steph Carey over
sounds
the
like
years.
Something one of us would say.
Yeah, over the years.
Oh, definitely.
Like once.
Missed opportunity for a pun on our behalf here, but
Yeah.
this is great. I think it's like a shorthand for really how the Warriors looked in any given game. Was it Steph Curry and he was just part of the team? He did his part, as did everybody else on the Warriors? Or was it Steph Carey, like it was in Game 4 of the Finals, or in this random game against the Kings here, when Steph has to play at unanimous MVP level for the Warriors to look like a winning basketball team? So I'll probably use this going forward.
I only push back on it for this reason. Carry, in a basketball term, not great. We're seeing Jordan Poole get called for carries left and right now.
I believe it's a discontinued dribble.
Okay.
But
So there's that little hiccup for me.
Okay, sure.
Otherwise, carrying the team, sort of flawless. And he's been on fire this season. I know we'll get into that. Also, looking at like his nicknames on Basketball Reference, the ones that are there. I mean, his nickname is really Steph, which you always forget because it's not his real name. But then, Baby-Faced Assassin. Remember when that was like a thing for a couple months, a long time ago? Chef Curry. Stuck around for the most part. The Human Torch. I haven't heard anybody call him that.
No.
And then Threesis is on there. I thought that was Kyle Korver's nickname.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, Steph Carey.
It's not bad. I like the variance though when he has a game like this.
Yeah.
47, 8, and 8 when he has to do it versus Steph Curry when he wants to be part of the team. That's what he wants to be, essentially. He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to be
Luka,
going for
Harden.
47, 8, and 8.
That's definitely not his ideal. But when you got to win Game 4, when you got to beat the Kings here early in November, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
And just to go into Electrical Keyboard's post here on Reddit, I was surprised by this. We went through the numbers on our show. Okay, 47, 8, and 8. Yeah, 7 of 13 from 3. Ridiculous assists, rebounds. But I was surprised to see he leads the team in rebounds. That's a shocking thing for me.
Yeah.
I know Steve Kerr has been telling Andrew Wiggins, you got to rebound like you did in the postseason last year because we do lack size. But Steph is doing it all. And in that game, he was 17 of 24. He leads the team in assists and rebounds. Not surprising that he does it in assists.
No.
But yeah, he's averaging career highs in a lot of things. Points, true shooting percentage, field goal percentage. He's not being upped by Russell Westbrook like he was last year. Remember, that was a thing last year? Ha, ha, ha. Russell Westbrook's got a better field goal percentage than Steph Curry. He's better than Steph. True shooting percentage is the percentage that matters. Trying to get away from field goal percentage slowly but surely. He's not turning the ball over. He's obviously got a career high in rebounds with the way he's balling. But he's not in MVP consideration quite yet because the team is bad.
Yeah.
The team is 4-7. So how high do you think the Warriors have to get in the standings? Is there sort of a benchmark, or is it more a Steph versus other guys type of scenario?
Go ahead.
I think top 4 in the Western Conference and also leading the league in scoring while going 50, 40, 90. Could get it done for Steph. Jokic the last 2 years won MVP 6th last season, but it had wild stats to go along with it. The previous year, the Nuggets were 3rd. So, you don't have to be the best team in the conference.
And sometimes, 1 or 2 wins separates, the 3rd to the 6th team. So it's, not that big a difference, right? Okay, sorry.
You have to be one of the better teams.
Yeah.
You have to have a convincing record. You know, you can't be 42-40, but you could be 48-34. I think that adds up math-wise. As long as you have the wild kind of historical stats that we're going to look back on and be like, what? This guy averaged 35 a game on 50, 40, 90? How was he not MVP?
Right.
If there's an undeniable case, it really doesn't matter at this point where you finish in the standings, as long as your team is competitive.
Yep, I would agree with that. I mean, I think if you've got to put a seeding on it, I guess we learned that it's with Westbrook, right? He was sixth when he won it, and now Jokic was sixth. So I guess that's where you have to be. It feels like the lowest of the lowest you can be. You can't be in the play-in, I think is what we're getting at here. That doesn't feel right. It does speak to Curry's season so far, like the numbers that he's putting up, that he's even on Basketball Reference's MVP tracker with a 4-7 team record. Like, they take that into account when they're doing their calculations here. It's Luka, it's Giannis, it's Donovan Mitchell, it's Jokic still, it's Tatum. Drew Holiday is there, and that's a big part because the Bucks are 9-1. And then there's Steph. Like, that's insane. But you can't be on there when your team is 4-7. And that's why, like, a LeBron is not there, and rightfully so. I have a rule I'd like to throw out. If your effective field goal percentage is higher than your team's win percentage, then you're not going to be winning MVP. You're amazing. You're great. But come on, that doesn't work. Doesn't add up to me. So you got to be off the board right now. But look, I'm sure the Warriors will go on a run. We'll get a Steph Flurry. Let's not forget that part of his nickname. I like when he hits like 3 or 4 threes in a row. We say the Steph Flurry.
Nice. Way to sneak
Love
that in. Way to sneak that in.
But as for right now, he's got to be away from the MVP table just because of the team record. But my God, you blew my mind there. Who was it? Electrical Keyboard with him leading the team in rebounds. Now, what does that say about
7 boards per game?
What does that say about Looney? It says he doesn't play a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
What does that say about Draymond? A little bit. Okay, I know he doesn't like go and gobble up 15 rebounds a game, but then there's the Wiggins part. But that's amazing. So, incredible numbers.
Incredible numbers. Incredible that he has his highest scoring average of his career right now. I know it's not much more than his career high of 32, but 32.5 points isn't leading the league because there's a man named Luka who is absolutely killing it right now. But to have the efficiency that he has, the Warriors are already making changes. They're already changing their bench lineup because that 5-game losing streak on the road, that 0-5 road trip that they went on is not going to cut it. 6 straight losses on the road. But they just got to foul Kevin Huerter and everything is all right. The last 2-minute report came out on that foul at the end of that Sacramento Kings game. It was a foul.
Wow, what a shock.
Yes, it was. Indeed it was.
You know what's a shock? This next post. Okay. Current Magic player Franz Wagner has more career points than other current Magic player Jonathan Isaac from Straight Up Ponage on Reddit. I know people forget who Jonathan Isaac is.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, he's been gone. He drafted in 2017. It's been a while.
Yep.
And it's been a while since he played because his last game was in calendar year of 2020. So we're over 2 years of him not playing. But there is some rumors that he will be back in the next couple of weeks. He is playing 5-on-5 currently.
With the coaches.
Yeah, he's playing with the coaches. Yeah. And he's going to be back soon. But the fact that second-year player Franz Wagner has more points than him is pretty shocking. I think it also speaks to Franz just kicking ass. Yeah, he has been better than expected. But Jonathan Isaac, just to take you quickly through his history, drafted 6th overall in 2017. Hasn't played a ton. He played 27 games, then 75, then 34. He got injured in August of 2020.
That's in the bubble.
Yeah. He signed the Magic were in the bubble, if you remember. He signed a 4-year, $70 million contract months later.
Right.
And then he was nearing a full return after the ACL injury in 2022, but then he suffered a hamstring injury. And he's getting close. No exact timetable, but it is him coming back as a guy. The numbers I think that people forget about because he's been gone for so long. It's not so much the scoring. Obviously, Franz is already passing him, but on the defensive end, 2.3 blocks and 1.6 steals in his final season because he is a monstrous player with wingspan, and he would fit if he was out there. But anything else you remember about Jonathan Isaac?
I remember him for off-court stuff.
Yep.
Right.
And I would say that that's the main thing I remember him for. And then for stocks, like you're saying, that 1920 season was pretty good because he also started scoring efficiently as well. The field goal percentage went from 43 to 47. He got up to kind of league average as a 34% three-point shooter, but he's lost his spot. Franz is a better player. Isaac will be a good complementary piece for them going forward, especially because maybe Banchero isn't the most lockdown defender, but it feels like 3-4-5 is probably already settled for the Magic right now with Franz and Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr. So Isaac, come on in as an energy guy off the bench.
Yeah, I could see him ending games, if they have to go defense, but
Yeah.
the offense is being taken care of, which is probably good for him anyway.
This really put into perspective how quickly a team can change over 2 years. And what I mean by that is, I think there's only 2 guys. If he were to return, let's say, in 2 or 3 weeks, whenever he comes back, Isaac, there's only 2 guys that he's going to have played with on the last team with the Orlando Magic, which was 2020. I mean, yeah, a couple of years ago, but not that long ago. Can you name them? Can you think of them? I think there's 2.
Terrence
Ross.
Ross.
Yeah, that's correct.
Been there forever.
Markel Fultz.
I'm not sure. Was Fultz there in 2020 in the
I don't
bubble?
know.
Mo
Gary
Harris. After
Bamba.
that.
Mo
Okay.
Bamba was, I believe, the other one. 2.
Oh, Mo Bamba.
2, maybe 3 if Fultz is correct
Yeah,
answer.
Fultz was there.
So
This
it's like-
is an ultimate remember this guy team.
Yeah.
Remember Markel Fultz? He is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Gary Harris? He's also still there. Remember Terrence Ross? He's been in trade rumors for 10 seasons somehow. He's still on the Magic.
I know.
He's going to get traded this year. This is the year.
Yeah,
You
this
think
is
so?
the year.
He's an expiring contract, finally. So
Yeah.
somebody's going to finally give up a second-round pick. We were trying to convince everybody, you get a first-round pick for Terrence Ross. Obviously
Okay,
not.
who gets traded first, Eric Gordon or Terrence Ross?
I was watching them on the Monday
yeah,
night
yeah.
Sicko's Delight. They
Yeah.
were going head-to-head against each other. They're the Spider-Man meme. It's like Western Conference is Eric Gordon. He's been in trade rumors since James Harden was there. And it's the exact same thing with Terrence Ross in the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, point at each other.
Yeah, the Magic are full of players that are, air quotes, the next one. The next one to be part of our rotation, the next center. I mean, they've had multiple centers. Wendell Carter Jr. seemingly has the spot. Then Bull comes in
Right.
and is another part of it. Mo Bamba seemed to be the next center as well. And he seems sort of on the trade block as well after the way Bull has been playing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there's guys that are available on the Orlando Magic. Looking
Look.
forward to the trade deadline for them. There's lots of players. If you think you got a gem there, you can dust somebody off and make them good.
Magic fans, I know the record is horrible, and there was maybe some glimmer of hope coming into the season. Could you be in a play-in race, stuff like that? It was always, we were debating, was it going to be the Pistons or the Magic taking that tiny little step up? And it's been not a great start in terms of wins, losses, but who cares when you have Banchero looking like a 10-time All-Star, like, immediately. And then Franz Wagner is obviously an important piece. And then the Bull part of it all. And Trey, you had that little video we did, the YouTube short, for the sickos out there, and this guy, like, coming through. We would always see those flashes when he was with the Nuggets or even in Summer League, and everyone's like, get all excited from what a guy his size and how he looks, what he could do on the floor, and he's putting it together and getting some real stats here. So, I guess who cares? If they win 20 games, they're in the lottery again, they're going to take a crack at, getting one of those other juicy picks. That's fine. I think you're totally happy with, as long as, everybody stays healthy in Banchero. Man, that's a guy you're building a franchise around. And then if Franz and Bull are complementary pieces, awesome.
Just to throw out one more fun fact, and when you cherry pick from, decade, these facts from decades, it's cherry pick because we're in 2022, but I like this one. Fun fact, Jonathan Isaac has played 38 minutes this decade
One
from
game.
traditional row 275. Actually, that's an overestimation by traditional row 275. It's actually 34 minutes.
Wow.
But they're cherry picked. It's like Vince Carter played in 4 decades. Okay.
Technically true.
Nice.
Yeah. I got to think about it again.
I
Yeah,
know,
it
you
is
always
4
catch
decades.
yourself. You're like, no way, that can't be right.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You got in there. Anyways, you mentioned teams that haven't started well there, Skeets.
Yeah.
Well, the Los Angeles Lakers are one of them. And apparently there's some buzz about Anthony Davis being dealt. Efficient Shelter 69 posting this on Reddit via Bill Simmons, because Bill Simmons mentioned on his pod that he's hearing some buzz. But questions for you guys. Mm-hmm. How real is this buzz? How real is this buzz? Because later on, Bill Simmons did mention the Knicks, Bulls, maybe Warriors, maybe Mavericks as trade partners.
Yeah.
So those are kind of easy trade partners. The Knicks are always in it. The Bulls are where Anthony Davis is from, so he's been in it for a long time. The Warriors, I guess, is an interesting one, and the Mavs are always in rumors for a second guy around Luka Doncic. So are you buying the buzz?
From
general.
from noted Celtics fan Bill Simmons regarding the Lakers. I mean, he doesn't reference any sort of source on this. What does buzz mean? I mean, he knows people. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's been talked about with someone he knows. Like, because he even pointed out, like, the Lakers have started so poorly here. You have LeBron, so that means you're win now. Okay, you're trying to trade Westbrook. It hasn't happened. So that means you're probably reluctant to give up 2 future first-round picks. That's how the story goes, at least. Okay, fine. He goes to the bench. He's playing all right. You're not trading LeBron. You can't even trade LeBron, so take that off the table. So then you're not getting rid of your coach, who you just brought in first year, I don't think, in Darvin Ham. So then who's next? It's like you just have to start going down the list of, like, well, what could we do next? They don't have, like, a lot of other pieces, like, you're all packaging together to go get another star. So it naturally falls to then Anthony Davis, I think. That's why we're at the buzz, right?
Are you buying the buzz? I suppose, but that means the Lakers are going in a very different direction because they're not going to get.
Exactly.
They're not going to get better.
They're not going to
Probably
trade
not.
Anthony
Davis.
They can't trade Anthony Davis until LeBron is done for the season. Basically, right? Like, because that's giving up on the season, is trading Anthony Davis.
Feels like it.
So LeBron's not shutting it down for the season till after he passes Kareem.
Right.
And that's not going to be probably till the second half of the season, which means you might be running up to the trade deadline. So, I mean, certainly it makes sense. He's probably has the most trade value of anybody you could trade on this team. And if they go for a hard reset, it definitely makes sense. But it wouldn't be until after LeBron says this season is over.
Agreed, and it would be the second half of the season because LeBron's still got to get there. He's still got to pass Kareem. It's still going to take some games. So that brings up the question from usual adhesiveness 92 here on Reddit. Who gonna trade for him though? I mean, that's a fair question because Anthony Davis, even if you call him the best player on the team, we're seeing a guy not perform to his capabilities. A guy.
Well,
he's playing.
That's the weird
injuries.
part. Okay, he's embraced playing center. He's playing through injuries. He still averages 23 and 10, 3.6 stocks. Steals plus blocks. So he's still one of the elite defenders when he's out there. Like, is Anthony Davis even in a somewhat down year here for him, even though it's not that bad? Is he a top 15 player? Like, with a bang still to you?
No, with a bang.
I don't know. Like, I know I'm not making a case he's top 5. He's not in an MVP conversation. I probably wouldn't even make the case he's top 10. I think he's somewhere between 10 and 20.
I would say top 15 without a bang, though, because he's shooting 29% from 3,
Okay.
which is the problem.
Okay.
Like, Anthony Davis at his best has a money jump shot. We saw it in the bubble after he had 4 months off, basically to rest up and get his body completely right for that championship run. But, Anthony Davis needs to have a little bit of stretch in his game. He does not have it right now, and that makes it tough for him and for the Lakers because every basket has to come inside, which is where all of the defenders are.
Yeah, and that is a part of why the buzz is buzzing in Bill Simmons' ear here. It's because he does not look really worthy of receiving the torch that LeBron will eventually pass to him. To, like, hey, take over the franchise. Like, that was a whole part of the plan, right? That was the plan this season. They keep telling us AD's the most important guy. He's the number one guy. Hell, LeBron says this. And it's like, as great as the numbers are, it hasn't appeared that way, I think, to most people on the outside. Maybe Lakers fans disagree with me. I'm not sure.
And it's also hard to envision all these packages that are being dealt for Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert.
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray, that Anthony Davis, at this point, even if he is good, even if he is top 15, that he would garner a package like that.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I don't think that it's anywhere close to those packages.
Why do you say that? Because of his injury history?
Yeah, because
Just-
where he
and he's
is in his
older,
career.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking the second half of his career here.
Yeah.
I think we all sort of overestimate, because he won a championship with LeBron, that his first part of his career with the Pelicans just wasn't all that jazzy, other than the numbers that he's continuing to put up now. He won one playoff series, just one. The numbers were great. All-star appearance after all-star appearance. But if you're giving up all that stuff, you probably think of him as your number one. Now, I guess you wouldn't say that about Rudy Gobert. He's not your number one. Same with DeJounte Murray. But I guess
that's why, like, a Mavericks potential trade,
Yeah.
the idea of, like, you don't have to be our number one. You're going to be playing with LeBron number 2 in this league in Luka. You know what I mean?
Do they have the goods? I know you have some potential
Well, I've got
trades
some.
there.
Like, I went through the internet last night. I looked at everything on the internet last night. There's no basketball on.
Yeah.
And there, it's like you can only watch so much of the election results, right? You start going blind. So I was like, okay, let me go find some
How's the internet?
potential
Tell
Anthony
me
Davis
about
trades.
it.
Yeah, it was all right last night. I got some here. I want to give some shout-outs to Grant Hughes at Bleacher Report. Had a great article on landing spots. Sean Devaney at Heavy Sports. NBA Reddit coming through. The Trade Machine. Because I always find these trades that people throw out, and I was like, I got to test these.
Yeah.
I got to tweak them a little bit here.
I
So we did that.
I want to see. So these are all executable.
These are all in theory would work.
Okay.
And I will say before I get into the trades for Anthony Davis, I think Silver Screen and Roll, a great Lakers blog, is right. We got to this like, oh man, we got to trade Anthony Davis real quick here in the season. And it's probably not happening because they're not going to get back value for him.
Mm-hmm.
And they are still, despite their record, in theory, trying to win games and to get into the postseason and to win a title with LeBron near the end of his career. So, with all that said, though, let's get into some trades, some hypothetical trades. Do you want to start with the Mavericks? You want to go with that one?
Yeah, because it's always intriguing, and I think the Mavs, I don't know if they're regretting the Jalen Brunson thing, but they definitely want another star.
Okay, well, you said that you don't think Anthony Davis would get the amount of picks and swaps that we have seen. Obviously, DeJounte Murray, 3 firsts and a swap. Donovan Mitchell, 3 firsts, 2 swaps. So the Mavericks could be one of those teams in a hypothetical for 80 where they could give up similar like things, right?
They got the goods?
3 and 2. Yeah, they could do this.
Okay.
It would take Christian Wood, Spencer Dinwiddie, Reggie Bullock, and then a bunch of draft capital. A lot of unprotected first-round picks, in future, probably 25, 27, 29 type of thing, and then your swaps in the, I guess that would be even-numbered years for an Anthony Davis. Wood, Dinwiddie, Bullock, for AD with all the picks. What says you? Who do you like?
I've never heard it phrased that way. You usually hear who says no.
No.
These are what says you.
I don't hate it.
It's not atrocious.
Yeah, I don't hate it from the Lakers side. They're obviously giving up at that point. It is about the picks. I do want to see Spencer Dinwiddie get a little bit more pub on the microphone, and LA would help that, I think, because as we've seen this week, the guy is good on the mic. Get him on the mic more. So I think that would help. I think it would help us NBA Redditors for content. But it's I'm finding it hard to imagine because it would be the Lakers giving up this season.
Well, okay. No. Hold on. Because what do we say about the Lakers? They have 2 great guys, and then the rest of their team sort of sucks. Their roster's pretty rough. We keep saying that all season long.
Yeah.
So what's fascinating about these trade ideas, if you are moving off AD, is like you're usually like, oh, of course we want another star back to pair with LeBron. But maybe that's not what the Lakers should be looking for. Maybe it's actually trading 1 for 3 or 4 for an actual team.
Yeah, but they're not going to be better this year. I get the idea. I get the idea. They lack depth, but then they don't have star power either.
Well, hey, star power's not working.
So wait, you're telling me you want the Lakers to become the Dallas Mavericks, and every time we talk about the Mavericks, you say they need a second star.
Yes,
they don't have enough guys.
No, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here because we're throwing out hypotheticals to trade a guy that's top 15 or top 20 wherever the hell you're putting AD.
Yeah, the difference between the Lakers is they don't have Luka. I mean, that's the biggest difference, and then the future. This is about the future. It's about the picks. That's what it's about.
Okay.
Really.
What do you think of Mavs, Lakers?
When you're comparing these next ones, it's going to be about the picks, really, I think.
Okay.
As good as Christian
What says you?
What says me? I think the Mavericks say no. They're not missing Jalen Brunson one bit. Their offense is a lot better than it was last year. I think the Mavericks might be a little hesitant to put another injury problem next to Luka Doncic after the Kristaps Porzingis experiment.
Yep.
The more I think about what's going on with Luka and the Mavericks this year, it's so similar to me to what happened with the Grizzlies and John Morant last year. Because 3 seasons ago, Valanciunas was a monster for the Grizzlies. They traded him and were like, what are they doing? Why are they giving up a guy who can carry the offense when John Morant sits? It's because Valanciunas and Brunson, just the same way, they require possessions. Nobody else on the Mavericks right now requires possessions, so Luka gets all of them. It's better to have Luka have the ball than Anthony Davis, than Jalen Brunson. It's better to have Ja have the ball than Jonas Valanciunas. Give the ball to your best guy all the time. So I don't know. I think this makes the Mavericks even shallower if it's just basically Luka and AD out there. They become the Lakers. Ain't going well for the Lakers, so I think the Mavs say no here.
I think the Mavs situation, though, is great right now, but it sort of reminds me of what happened with Trey Young and the Hawks last year. An incredible offense in the regular season. And similarly, what happened to James Harden. Both situations never won it. So I know Luka is an extremely special talent, but I think they do want somebody to take some possessions. Harden got the closest when he had Chris Paul beside him. Trey Young obviously did not work out last year when he got pushed around by the Heat. Now Luka ain't going to get pushed around, but they're playing the slowest pace in the league to get him as much rest on the defensive end as possible. I think they would like somebody to suck up some possessions because that type of offense, the old heliocentric offense, it just doesn't win. And so he may be able to prove it wrong. He may be able to do what Harden couldn't do in the playoffs because he's a different type of guy in the playoffs.
He's already done what Harden can't do in the playoffs. Yeah. He's hit game winners in the playoffs. He's taken his team to the conference finals in year 3.
But nobody has won it. There's no good example of a guy who's won the championship. Steph Curry. Steph Curry plays a different type of guy.
That's good, though. Good counter.
Well, yeah.
I know. So comparing apples to oranges.
I think they want somebody.
Okay, well, let's move off that one. Let's go to the Knicks because they are, they didn't make the Mitchell move, so they have the players and still the draft pick capital to do it. So there's a couple ways you can go about this. Lakers receive, let's say, R.J. Barrett, Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, and then some pick capital. Probably 2 23 first-round picks and then a 25 first-round pick by way of the Bucks, I believe, for Anthony Davis. I'll start with that. You could swap in Mitchell Robinson instead of Evan Fournier. You'd have to wait until mid-December to do that. And you could also throw in, if the Lakers we want Quentin Grimes, okay, well then you got to throw in a Kendrick Nunn to make the books work here. But at the core, Barrett, let's call it Fournier right now, Obi Toppin, and then picks for Anthony Davis. The Knicks obviously get their a top 15, top 20 guy that they've been searching for whatever. What do you think? You go ahead. What says you?
What says me? I'm kind of interested in this. The Knicks do need a star. If they could figure out a way to do it for Randall, I think it's a done deal.
Yeah,
absolutely for sure. Contract-wise and, kind of swap in and out-wise would be pretty smooth. But I think this sounds like a Knicks move to me. Trading some young pieces and some picks for a star where there are some concerns. But I think it's a good move. I think Davis would be an upgrade basically everywhere for the Knicks here.
Right. And your thoughts?
Yeah. They're giving up the future. It's the pick. It's all about the picks, really. I'm an R.J. Barrett man as well. But, as far as this one goes, it's decent. It's a decent trade. It's looking a little bit more even. But if I'm the Knicks, they didn't do it for Donovan Mitchell. I don't think they're doing it for Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go to the Bulls then. A couple options with the Bulls. There's one with Vooch in the deal. There's one with Vooch not in the deal, and instead Zach LaVine. Let's go with the Vooch one first. Lakers get Vucevic, Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and then a 23 first-round pick by way of the Blazers for Anthony Davis.
Ship it.
That one's a no-brainer for Chicago.
No-brainer.
Yeah. Okay.
That's absolutely no-brainer. Vooch is at the end of his contract. Patrick Williams has had a couple of good games here, but year 3, I think, even if he becomes a player, I think it's fine to move on from him. Kobe White, not a part of the future there at all, so everything else is just contract-wise. I just don't think the Lakers would probably do it because they're not getting a really good pick.
Okay, then what about replacing Zach LaVine instead of Vucevic there? Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Kobe White, the picks that I said, for Anthony Davis. And that one couldn't be done until mid-January, but...
That's a no for me,
That's a no, dog?
That's a no, yeah. I don't know. I don't like trading LaVine.
The Lakers, of course, way more likely to be like, yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, exactly right. I just thought a DeRozan, Anthony Davis, Vooch team doesn't sound like it's better to me than a DeRozan, LaVine, Vooch team.
Right, okay.
These, I hate to get into the nitty-gritty, but these Bulls picks are...
I literally just threw one in their 23 first-round pick.
This is a problem, because they've traded
yeah,
for
exactly.
Vooch.
That one's, like I said, it's by way of the Blazers, so it's like, it may not even be that good this year.
Yeah, not a lot in the pick department.
This
here.
would not be
It would
picks,
have to include Zach LaVine. Absolutely.
Right, because then we're
LaVine.
just like, okay, we still want to win. We're just going to go about it a different way.
Yeah, and they're not getting... It's not much... That first package is not much for the present. And not much for the future either, really, with just the one pick.
Right.
Yeah,
What about let's tweak it one more time here. You wanted to get Randall back to the Lakers. What about getting Lonzo Ball back to the Lakers?
Ship it.
Okay, so either, but not
even
Zach,
playing.
because you could replace Lonzo for Williams and White here, and you could go that way. So it could be a Vooch and Lonzo. It could be a Zach LaVine and Lonzo, and that pick for AD. Injured guys for injured guys.
Oh yeah, that's a part of the reason I would do it.
I know.
Lonzo's knee concerns have to be in the mind of the Bulls front office for sure. So yeah, do this one and throw in the 2027 first rounder as well.
Okay. Let's go to the Miami Heat. This is one that I was just like, racking around my brain. That's not a saying, is it?
It was rolling around your brain, but you were also racking your brain. You did a combination,
Yeah, that's
right?
a good skeetsism, yeah. The Lakers need some shooting. They would probably be helped out with like a point guard that can maybe play a little defense and obviously hit a three when hopefully in like postseason or obviously trying to make into the postseason. So, what about Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson and multiple first round picks and swaps that they have for Anthony Davis? Just like the Heat say, Butler, you're our point guard, okay? Kyle's not playing all that well, whatever.
Even Gabe is fine. Gabe Vincent is playing fine.
Sure.
Even Gabe is fine.
See, if I'm the Heat,
you're doing it.
Very much doing this.
You're buying it.
Is that Lowry was rumored to go to the Lakers a couple years ago, right? And it was like, no, they didn't want to make it happen. So Lowry, Duncan Robinson, multiple first-round picks and swaps would have to be here.
Yeah, this package is better than even the Bulls because of the amount of picks going the other way. They are like the Bulls, though, in that they're getting older and they want to go all in. Like the Bulls have already sort of said with how many picks that they've traded, they're ready to go in. The Heat, to me, are the same, and that's why they were in the rumors for Kevin Durant even and for others in the offseason. They want to push forward, so I think they would try it out. And Anthony Davis does not have to be the number one on that team whatsoever. So, again, as much as, going back, as much as I, like Christian Wood, Spencer Dinwiddie, or those guys, it's all about damn picks. I think if you're the Lakers, I think you're Rob Pelinka and you're saying, I want this gig for life. And I think that's what it's about.
He knows the
probably
family. He's good.
He probably does.
Yeah.
But
He got an extension for breaking up a championship team.
yeah, but he could screw up. And you never know. But it's possible, that he's got. If he trades for picks, then he's got that gig for another decade for sure.
And the Heat own a lot of their picks. I know the 25 pick is it's their own if it's like 1 to 14, but then it gets moved to it's either OKC by way of the Clippers. It gets a little dicey there, but they have their 23, 24. They've got their future ones in 27, 28, 29, stuff like that. Thoughts on a Heat trying to get in there? Pat Riley's always going to be like, hey, what? There's a star player available?
Yeah,
okay,
the Heat would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, they're giving up basically nothing. Lowry is at the end of his career, even if he can get on track a little bit here. Duncan Robinson has been a disappointment outside of the bubble, and I'm sure they would be happy to get off his contract. Plus, I mean, how valuable are Heat picks ever? Like, they pick in the top 10 like once every decade.
Good
maybe.
point.
What about Hero? Throwing even in Hero in?
Well,
You would have to ask for Hero, I think, if you're
this
the
is a
Lakers.
low ball offer to the Lakers. I would agree with that.
I think the Lakers would think about it. I'm sorry, the Heat would even think about it if they had to trade Hero.
Okay, one more. You keep saying how this is all about the picks for the Lakers.
I think
This
so.
is them saying, okay, we're moving off AD. LeBron in the twilight of his career. We're almost like getting the war chest ready for whatever we're going to do. But here's one that's not that
All
fast
right.
because here's one where the Lakers are giving up a pick. Yes,
There we go.
the Lakers receive Kevin Durant from the Brooklyn Nets for AD and one of those future unprotected picks that keep getting lumped in with Westbrook.
Are
there.
we going three-way? Because I need to recalibrate my brain before we go three-way.
No, I got a Basketball Forever 3-team trade for you in a second. This is just the Nets and Lakers. Hey, KD said he already wanted to be traded. Let's get him paired up with LeBron James in the City of Angels.
So let's start again.
This is where they get better.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Kevin Durant, man.
Well, no, hold on. Kevin Durant for Anthony Davis?
Basically.
Oh, wow. I thought there was other stuff happening. No. Simple as that.
And one pick?
Okay, well,
Come on, man.
okay, two
At
picks.
least, at least say two
Okay,
picks,
two
so
picks.
it sounds possible.
2 picks.
Yeah, do it. Do it. I don't even care if the 2010s are over, man. I'll take LeBron and Kevin Durant
Okay.
trying to figure it out.
All right.
Yeah. Kevin Durant is balling.
This ain't gonna be some weird Barkley Hakeem Olajuwon thing or Pippen thing.
I mean, is it already?
Yeah. Okay. You're
Kevin Durant, yes.
So you're doing that one?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
What about from the Nets side of things? Guy wanted to be traded. Get Anthony Davis is not bad. You're not going to do much better in trading Kevin Durant, I don't think, unless you believe that a Suns deal in the future of Ayton and whoever else they're going to throw in there.
Yeah, this is more the 2 picks. You got to have the 2 picks in there. And then the Nets are starting to think, okay, this is what happened to LeBron and the Cavs when they emptied it out and then just got real bad when LeBron left. So those picks will be worthwhile because they're going to be bad in a few years because Kevin is 34. And so in 27, 29, you could have a great pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Basketball Forever 3-team trade. I did see this going around, and it made me larf because it's crazy, and I love it. Okay, we got the graphic here for everybody on YouTube. I'm going to spell it out to all the podcast listeners. This is a 3-team deal with the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Nets. The Lakers receive, in the end, the Lakers come away with Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, and Draymond Green. What a haul. The Warriors, well, they get Anthony Davis and 1 first-round pick there by way of Brooklyn. And then the Nets get Russell Westbrook and a lot of the young guys, James Wiseman, Jordan Poole, and maybe the little puppy that he brought in the other night. You see that? Jonathan Kuminga, and then those 2 future first-round picks by way of the Lakers.
Hey, if Jordan Poole has to move from L.A. to Brooklyn or from Golden State to Brooklyn, I hope he takes his dog with him.
I hope so.
Yeah, it'd be sad if he left him back.
Was it his dog, or was it like a thing for
dog.
like adopt dogs, and he was like holding it, cute
know.
little puppy? Yeah.
Or maybe it was from a stylist even. A stylist dog for an
Well,
hour.
I mean, if it was a stylish dog, then I called that.
Yeah, you called
In
it.
our preseason shows, what's going to be the biggest fashion trend this year? I said, dogs, guys showing up with dogs on the catwalk/dog walk. So I don't think it was his dog though. I think it was a Warriors program for adopting dogs.
Hold on. I just had a flashback as I said that. We had a photo shoot at NBA TV.
Of you holding a dog.
I had a dog in my hand.
Yeah, you did.
And it was the stylist dog. Maybe that's why I said it. Because there was a reason. Because I looked cool and I looked like I cared for dogs. I don't care for dogs. No, I'm kidding. I love dogs. But I don't love you, dog, after that, what you just did right
What,
there.
you don't like that basketball forever?
Somebody's got to
I didn't make it.
Somebody's got to take your computer away.
I
You were
told
going
you I was
crazy
on the
last
internet.
night.
I saw everything on the internet.
I was looking at
including that.
Basketball Forever last night.
Yeah.
Shut him down.
Wow, that was wild, eh? What a
That
haul from the
thing?
Lakers.
Yeah, good haul. Good haul.
With the okay,
And the Nets, good haul, bad haul. I don't know. That's
Weird haul for the Nets, I do think.
yeah.
They get off the Ben Simmons contract, which is awesome. But they're getting a new Simmons back in James Wiseman, so I don't know about that. I don't know. That's just too weird. The only thing that's interesting about it to me is that the Lakers would be getting Draymond Green, because I wonder if that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah,
I wonder if
yeah.
that is kind of the thought. Like, are they touching their fingers? What do you call that? What's that called?
I call it the burns, but
Okay. Are they burnsing their fingers seeing the Warriors struggle here, right? Like, did they love seeing Draymond punch Jordan Poole in the face and then the Warriors come out and kind of stink it up to start the season? Probably, because they're thinking Draymond would love the lights of LA. The deal could work here. The Warriors might be interested since they're actually able to get somebody back who helps with the title chase here. So something to be interested in.
if the Lakers pulled off that Basketball Forever
Oh
3-team
my
trade,
God.
you can sign Pelinka for the rest of his life, because that's a hell of a return on a team that's 2-8. They're getting Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, and Draymond Green to still pair with LeBron James. That's pretty damn good.
That was too much analysis
I'm
for
sorry.
that
Yeah,
trade.
I'm sorry.
The evil finger. I like the evil fingers. That's definitely what the composer of that fake trade was doing.
Yeah.
Draymond Green to Los Angeles. People will eat this up.
Mm-hmm.
People will look at that first graphic there, that first part of it, see Draymond Green in the Lakers uniform, and won't really care about the rest. I think that's what that person
Really?
was thinking.
Over Kevin Durant?
Well, it's just like that part of it is all you got to do to suck people in. Now we're talking about it.
You put a Photoshop jersey on another guy.
Yeah, it
you're
works.
Gold, man. Especially if you do it that well.
Yeah, but
Looks real.
Our man Jerome did it for a no dunks count with a young Kevin Durant
Yeah.
in a Raptors uniform. I like that.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
next
have a
level.
Raptors Anthony Davis trade for you, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
In fact, I gave you way too many trades there. Let's
that's fine.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's regroup, and when we come back, some follow-up questions to our AMA from Monday over at NBA Reddit. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, speaking of marathons, I played 3 hours of pickleball yesterday.
Oh man.
Beautiful day here in Atlanta, but I was feeling it this morning, I have to admit. Barely wanted to get out of bed, let alone work out. I got a Peloton right there. You practically have to climb on it or over it to get into this classic factory. That said, it's surprisingly easy to pretend it's not there. I needed extra motivation today. When I'm absolutely not into it, this is what I always do. I check in with my favorite instructor, the Cadence King, Dennis Morton. I mean,
Cadence.
he is, Tassie.
Yes,
you
yes.
admit it. He's the Cadence King. I like all the instructors, but like I've said before, and I'll say it again, Dennis is my guy. He's my workout buddy. He just gets me. It's kind of spooky, actually. He reminds me to drink just as I realize I'm thirsty. He corrects my form just as I'm collapsing on top of myself. And he's even more anally retentive about music than I am. Gotta be on the beat, and I have to too. Anyways, got on that bike this morning, expecting to crank out 15 minutes just to say I did something today. Ended up doing a 45-minute intervals and arms with Dennis, 10 minutes of abs with Emma, a cool down ride with Alex. Then I had to take a cool down ride after that one because Alex is too intense, Tess. I'm burning through that cool down. Then I took a cool down ride with Christine. Alex, very intense, man. I feel great. I'm glad I'm over here because I badly need a shower, guys. Did not poop myself, though, so I'm happy about that. But I would have if I had to get through it. Try Peloton risk-free with a 30-day home trial. New members only, not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home trial.
Well, if you have any soreness, JD, I've got what you need. Next Evo Naturals. I've got to admit, I have questioned the legitimacy of CBD. You know, I'm a modern man. I question everything. Does this work? Does this work? This sounds fake. Sounds fake.
Right.
It seemed like it just wouldn't work, but it does. And Next Evo Naturals can help you out. It did for me. I went for a run next morning. I was sore. Gave it a whirl. Now I enjoy it daily. It's in the bathroom, so I see it, remember it, and I feel the effects. Next Evo Naturals developed Smart Sorb technology, clinically proven to help your body absorb CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oil, because oil just doesn't mix with your water-based body. Smart Sorb technology improves CBD's ability to be absorbed, getting into your system in as little as 10 minutes. Most CBD oil achieves between 2% and 10% absorption. I knew it. I knew some of this stuff doesn't work. 2 and 10% for CBD oil, which means 90% of what you think you're getting is actually wasted. Next Evo Naturals are scientifically formulated to deliver more CBD in a way your body can actually use it, clinically proven to have 4 times better absorption. To help your body have a healthy inflammatory response, try the new Revive CBD Complex, which adds the benefits of curcumin with CBD. Cumin. That's all I can think of when I read the word curcumin. It's almost holiday season. My family has a nice bread treat with cumin in the holiday season. Don't settle for less. Get your supply of Next Evo Naturals Revive CBD Complex today, or shop their gummies, capsules, and mints, proven to absorb 4 times faster than standard CBD oil. Get up to 25% off when you subscribe and spend $40 or more at nextevo.com/recover with promo code NODUNKS. That's nextevo.com/recover, promo code NODUNKS.
All right, back in the Classic Factory. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button there. Subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube if you haven't done that as well. Before we get to the follow-up questions from our AMA from earlier this week over at NBA Reddit, I did see this thread this morning that I wanted to slip into the show because I think it's a fun one. It's from user The Knicks Hate Me. And they pointed out that the NBA started recording steals in the 73-74 season. The first player to lead the league in steals was named Larry Steele. Fantastic. And then the Knicks Hate Me went through some other like great basketball names and like gave some sort of like stat update on their name. It'll make sense in a second. John Block was a one-time All-Star. He played 3 seasons. After the block was officially counted as a stat, he averaged half a block a game over that time. So yeah,
that's a good
didn't
name,
live
though.
up to the name. Bob Hooper. He averaged only 5 points per game in his 1 season with the Pacers.
What year was that?
I don't have the year in front of me.
We're probably oldie.
You think that's an old?
He's before his time, before we were called
Bob Hooper?
Hoopers.
Yeah. And then it's like, so like 5 points per game, you're like, is that, okay, he's not really a hooper. But then again, he's in the NBA, so of course he is.
He's a hooper.
So he's a hooper.
Yep.
And then one more here.
He loves the hula.
This was a great thread. Spencer Dunkley was drafted by the Pacers in '93. I don't remember this name at all.
No.
But, you know, according to the stats, never dunked in an NBA game.
Oh.
So Dunkley never had a dunk. So thank you to
That's awesome,
user the
actually.
Knicks Hate Me there for that one.
Still laughing at a guy named John Block.
Yeah, John Block.
That's too good. Too good.
Very good. All right, what do we got here? Some follow-up
Yeah,
cues.
some follow-up that we didn't get to. We got a bunch of them. First one, if you could time travel your pod to cover any NBA season, what would it be? That's from Yup, Yes, No. Any NBA season, let's pod it out. We're here.
I mean, I feel like we've done every NBA season.
Yeah, we've
doing
done
this
a lot
for so long.
We've done a lot. This is season 18, but I automatically thought prior to the 05-06 season where we started.
I think
right?
I go immediately to the Bulls dynasty.
Interesting.
Somewhere around there. So mid-90s, you know. You know what? I guess I go to probably 95, 96. Raptors come into existence. Obviously the Bulls winning 72 games in that season, if I have that correct. Yeah, Raptors beat them.
That's right. Raptors gave him an L.
Yeah, so I'll go 95, 96. I think that'd be an entertaining season
That's a good one.
to pod about. Some great stuff. Essentially, Bulls alone going for 72 that'd be juicy, right?
Yes. Are you bullsing it, Trey?
Oh, 100%. 97-98 season.
Okay, you're going
Though
there.
for me, the Last Dance season, I guess we kind of did it a little bit when
Sort
they
of.
were on during the pandemic, but you had their great Game 7 against the Pacers. You got Jordan hitting the last shot of his career, a walk-off championship winner, never to be seen again. Also, year 2 of the 96 draft class, which is one of the most famous draft classes out there. Tim Duncan's rookie season, first team All-NBA. You've got Grant Hill at his peak. You got Penny Hardaway at his peak. You got Dennis Rodman leaving the finals to go to WCW. Denver Nuggets had a 23-game losing streak. They lost 70-plus games that year. There would be so much stuff to talk about from the 97-98 season. Not to mention there's like 25 Hall of Famers that are active at the time or something like that.
Good one.
Yeah, I also would jump in on the Bulls a little bit earlier, though, because I'm getting greedy. We definitely pod in the offseason as well. So 91, 92, Magic, the HIV situation, retiring, coming back, then the Dream Team, plus the Bulls. You got some good stuff in there. And, yeah, a bunch of those Hall of Famers, you know, as they were getting a little older, some of them, but still getting those guys in as well.
For a lot of the storylines, obviously the 90s makes sense, but then I do remember we watched so many games. That means we're watching a lot of like 90s basketball games, which
Was
are
the best
not
era
the
of
most
basketball.
entertaining games in the world, if we're being frank. So yeah, there is that part. But yeah, I think we gotta go. You gotta go some Jordan Bulls 90s stuff.
Yeah, I agree. All right, keep it rolling here. Next one from our AMA. What was the single worst game of basketball you've ever had to sit through? And that's from Hurdle Nut, I believe. Hurdle Knut. The single
tough, man.
worst game.
I struggled with this
I
one.
answered pretty quickly because it's still burnt into my brain. Watching the Suns get destroyed by the Mavs by
that's a
50.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is, I know we talk about it a lot over the last 4 or 5 months since it happened, but that's unprecedented stuff.
Yeah.
Game 7, to finish a series, to lose by 50 points, 50-ish points. It really is unprecedented. It was the worst Game 7 in the history of mankind. I don't care what sport. That was the worst. It was the worst. We saw.
It was over in a hurry
Yeah,
too.
it was.
Like
It
it was
was.
like
Yeah. nothing.
It was done like 8 minutes in. You're like, oh god.
It made me think of our man Matty O falling asleep while watching an NBA Finals game with his hand in his pocket. I think that was
That was a
game
bad
6.
game.
That was a bad game. That
What
was
game
game
was that?
That was game 6 of the 08 Finals, right?
Was it game 6?
Oh,
yeah.
that's a huge blowout, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking was it the game 7 against
I thought it
the
was
Celtics?
game 7. Yeah, but
In
now
the-
I'm
in
not
20
sure.
So it was 2010 game 7. It could have been, but that one wasn't a blowout. It was an ugly game. It was
Yeah, it must have been the
clankers.
blowout
6
one.
for 24.
It was 6 for 24. It was meta, hitting the
Yeah,
shot. But,
right.
But it wasn't a fall asleep type game.
No.
Game
No.
6 of the 08 Finals kind of was. In a way.
39-point dub for the Celtics that one.
Yeah, that's gotta
Yeah.
be it. That's
Gotta be. That's a good time to fall asleep.
Fall asleep with your hand in a tight jean pocket. I think that's an important part to the story. It's like the little hand in, because you can barely put your hand in a tight jean pocket.
Yeah.
Especially when you're lying down, like you're creased up a bit. It's not this wasn't the mid '90s when I was wearing giant jeans, right?
No.
And you could easily put your hands in.
Oh yeah, you can do it with like a hoodie. Put it in your
yeah.
pouch, no problem. But,
But it was just that little couple
no
fingers
way.
they had in there.
just a couple fingers.
Yeah, he was
Did we,
on.
have did we ever get a photo of
I don't
that?
think so.
Wow, we dropped the ball on
No,
that.
we were watching basketball. No time to take a photo. I think he was sort of on his side, and
Yeah.
when you're on your side, you kind of need to put your hand somewhere. He
True.
found his pocket.
Yeah, and you're at a friend's house, so you can't put your hand down your pants, really. Like you shouldn't. Like if he was at home, his hand would be down his pants.
He was on his side, so it was kind of tough. I think that would be
Come on.
that would be a contortion.
Matty-O will
That'd be
even back
Ben
me
Simmons
up
on
on
the
that.
floor the other day. That would be some serious contortion. But yeah, I like as we were getting into the 90s and the 2000s. You said it the other day that a professor was a professor or some Gen Zer was calling the 20th century like the late 1900s.
Oh, yeah.
When we're talking
Yeah, where
about the
was-
1990s, the late 1900s. I love that.
Man, I went to a concert recently and they were checking like IDs at the door. I handed mine to the guy and he's like, "I don't need to check. I can tell you were born in the 1900s."
Wow, so that's what they say now.
Yeah, but it took me like days later to realize he meant like the entire 1900s. Not that I looked like I was 120 years old, but I was like, people do say I look like the guy from Thayer's Witch Hazel, unfortunately.
Maybe
Deep cut, deep cut.
maybe he had just seen you check your pocket watch to see what time the concert was starting. Something like that.
I was wearing a bowler hat, so
Yeah.
maybe that was it.
First guy in Congress from the late 1900s elected yesterday.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Alrighty, next one here. Shout out to Mac.
Oh, can I give
Yeah.
you this is big time recency bias.
Do it.
But a bad game was when we went down with our guy Wendell, winner of Survivor 36, and some of his buddies here in Atlanta to see the Hawks play the Hornets. And it was just a stinker of a game.
It was a stinker.
It was
rip.
brutal. But it was weird because it looked like the Hawks were going to blow out the Hornets in the first 6 minutes of the game, and we were going to be like, oh, this will be a boring one, but at least the home team will win. And then it flipped in a hurry, and then it was like for 3 quarters, it was the Hornets just destroying the Hawks and Nick Richards having his way. And I say it was again, hilariously recency bias here, but you know when you get with people you haven't seen in a while and you get the tickets, you're like, oh, this is going to be a fun time out, and the game sort of is a dud. It's just everybody's energy was
Yeah.
so.
It's also
Yeah.
tough because you're there with friends and you're like, you don't want to be the one to suggest leaving early.
No,
you're like,
no, but everybody's
we're sticking
thinking
it
it.
out too
Yeah.
long here.
Everybody's thinking
Yeah.
it. So just go. What did we
go.
leave with 3 or 4 minutes left?
Yeah, we could have left with 6 minutes
Oh,
left.
easy. It was a brutal game for the Hawks. That
But
one.
man, that was a nice ride home on Marta. We hopped right on and we were out of there. It ain't like the battery.
No,
It ain't like the
no,
battery.
you can get out of there.
Yeah, I got to start making a new rule for myself. Because I used to stick to the end of a game every single time, but now I'm doing I gotta get out of here, I gotta beat them. It's like, what am I even going down there for if I'm just gonna leave? And
The move is the opposite. Not to try and see the game end, as you should if you've paid for a ticket. And crazy comebacks happen. Look what happened with the Clippers and Cavs the other night. In today's NBA, you can erase a 10-point lead like that, but you just stick around. You got to bake in. Let's go have a beer after the game. Let the traffic, clear out, and then go. I know it's a bit of a time commitment.
Stay late.
Totally,
I
like it,
that's the
yeah.
move. Now you got a bit of a longer drive than some of us, but that's the way
it's
to
not
do
that
it.
far. Mine is not that far.
Why are you leaving so early?
Well, because I want to beat the traffic. But listen, we have jobs. You wanted to get home
I know,
and
to
get
see
ready
other
for
games.
a 15
Yeah,
game
you're right,
night.
you're right.
You also included the quick line in there that you said if you paid for a ticket, you should stick to the end. What if you get it for free? Does that factor in? Oh, I can leave.
I mean, that's when you really should be staying till the end as a thank you to the organization.
Yeah,
For
I
the free tickets.
Tip of the cap.
It's interesting. I absolutely did the exact opposite. Very disrespectful to my complimentary ticket giver. I left at the end of the third quarter of a Falcons game.
Oh, jeez.
But then I caught the rest at home, so it was all right.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I left free ticket for the Falcons. Gone at the end of the third quarter. Walked on to Marta, cruising. So many seats for me.
We
and
will go
my
to
feet.
every major sporting event here in Atlanta. We've talked about going to the Hawks, the Braves, and the Falcons.
Yeah.
MLS? How are they looking right now?
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
done. It's done. They
Gotta
didn't have
leave-
a great
gotta leave
season.
early.
I go to a
Yeah.
handful of those. Yeah, that's right there. But they did not have a good year, no. Okay, next one.
Who beat them? Who beat Philadelphia? Did Philadelphia win?
No, LA won.
Yeah, Philadelphia
Bieber
lost.
was
The
pumped, I
Phillies.
saw.
And
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Cool.
LAFC.
Okay, more of a basketball
Here we
question
go.
here.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the Timberwolves should start to worry? That's from Wavy Dude 808. I know when he wrote this on Monday, we were coming off a win for the Wolves where it didn't seem as bad. Right, that night was the terrible loss to the New York Knicks. The
Yeah.
fifth-
Oh,
Bad
yeah,
loss to the
you're
Knicks
right,
that
you're
night,
right, you're
for
right.
So
sure.
I know Trey and I commented to Wavy Dude 808. I may be getting the games wrong, but their 5-5 and things were seemingly not horrible. And both of Trey and I said it's a little too early to go nuts. But yeah, they were 5-5 at the time. Trey, you thought at that point maybe not the panic button, but then they lost to the Knicks.
Oh, they got embarrassed.
They got embarrassed
Yeah.
by the Knicks, and even John Krasinski at The Athletic, subscribe at theathletic.com/nodunks, was like, we got to sound the alarm here. I think it was the same night that you ended up posting the Micah Nori clip, right? We had the kind of post-game press conference where basically everybody from coaches to players agree that they're not playing hard enough, playing too soft, and have no energy out there. Chris Finch said, we need somebody who's going to be a bit of a tone setter. Kind of referencing the fact that they're missing Patrick Beverley this year. They're missing him from an emotional standpoint more than anything. I think Naz Reid is maybe like their hardest player out there and maybe the guy who could be the tone setter, which is tough because they do have 2 all-NBA centers ahead of him on the depth chart. So what are you going to do? Bench your all-NBA centers for your third-string center? That's a tough call for Chris Finch to make, but the Wolves look pretty good when Naz Reid is on the floor. The bench just seems to have a little bit more chemistry, a little bit more continuity, and a little bit more oomph to them. So whenever they flip the switch to playing hard enough, the Timberwolves will turn it around. But they got to find somebody who's going to get them fired up to play hard.
Yeah.
It can't be Naz Reid. He's a backup. He's a backup player.
I agree.
And
I
he-
agree.
And he destroys it against backup guys. He is their emotional sort of center. You're right. But he's not going to be playing over Rudy and Kat when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And it's the perimeter, and the chemistry that grew over the course of last season. So maybe if you want to be positive about it, that's what's going to happen. But they're just not playing hard enough. As you said, it's less about fit, peace. It's more about, hey, let's get in front of a guy a little bit more often and get back on defense. Because the embarrassment of that first and second quarter against the Knicks, it wasn't something they corrected. That was the scary part. It was just open shot after open shot, and Julius Randle going bonkers. They were jumping around in the Timberwolves arena and Target Center, like it was like they were really feeling themselves, and nothing was done about it in that game.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
After the loss, like you said, and the vibes being bad, and like who's the leader of that team, and can Cat really truly, galvanize a locker room, and he puts up the numbers, but is it ever going to work as him as sort of like your lead dog? Does he have the dog in him, And then I was like jokingly throwing around, I'm hearing buzz about him being moved, which I don't even think he can be moved, if at least for a year or something like that with his contract, but can you trade Anthony Davis for Anthony Towns? I don't think you technically can right now, again, because the Towns can't be moved. But yeah, it's not a great start, and it's still so early though.
Yeah, it is.
And their record is at least they've
are
won
500
basically half their
yeah.
teams. Yeah, maybe we're just like freaking out, but if you watch them, there's something missing or wrong or off, and when do you make the decision to try and mix it up? And maybe that's like bringing in a Crowder-like guy or something, like just bringing in like these spark plug guys like you had in Beverly. And does that get the team going in the right direction? We'll see. But they'll do something here if they continue to play 500, because you traded away your future to be better than mediocre.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next one is directed at JD. JD, who are your top 5 filmmakers of all time? Wow, Saint Christian going big.
Wow.
Top 5 filmmakers, JD.
Yeah, I'm not answering that.
Wow.
I mean, listen, I was like, okay, let me try to parse this out. I'm known as a curmudgeon, a cum dragon, if you will. I don't like everybody says. Yeah, everybody says I don't like anything, but I'm like going through like my favorite filmmakers, and it's such a pedestrian list as well.
Well,
right?
let's hear some names.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do what I do when people are like, who's your favorite band? I'm like, I don't really have a favorite band. I've got favorite albums. Right? Yeah. So then I started listing okay, well, what are some perfect movies?
Okay.
Right? Okay. Also very pedestrian. It's like, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's not everybody's list.
Great movie.
Raiders, Goodfellas, BlacKkKlansman, Get Out. All that, we've heard all those. So I'm going to give you 5 or 7 sort of perfect movies that I love. I love these movies.
Okay.
But I never hear people talking about them. Okay, first one, Bad Santa.
That's good.
Didn't expect it.
Yep.
Exactly. Nobody talks about how good Bad Santa is.
All right.
It's like it's up there, top 3 holiday movies of all time.
Right.
I watch it every year and I love it. It's hilarious. You got Bernie Mac, John Ritter. Rest in peace to both of you. And one of the funniest scenes ever committed to film, and that's Bernie Mac is eating an orange, and it's great. And it's about anal sex, and it's awesome. Okay, so Bad Santa, directed by Terry Zwigoff. Second one, School of Rock.
Oh.
That's okay.
Directed by Richard Linklater. It's a perfect movie. It's absolutely perfect. And Linklater is a great filmmaker. Mm-hmm. So he would be up there as a, top, like the Before trilogy, Dazed and Confused. I mean, he's awesome. Boyhood, amazing filmmaker. All right, next one. I just rewatched this movie, and it is incredible, and I never hear anyone talk about it. It's Dirty Pretty Things. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Directed, but
I haven't.
Watch it.
Okay.
You should have watched it last night when there was no basketball.
Jesus.
It's amazing.
Fair point.
Stephen Frears, incredible. It's a goddamn masterpiece. Dirty Pretty Things.
All right.
The next one, I never hear people talk about this. It's a great sci-fi movie. Children of Men.
Oh, that is an awesome movie.
Amazing movie,
awesome
right?
movie.
Alfonso Cuarón.
It's a good list right now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks.
Here's another one that I think is amazing, and it came out of nowhere for me. I thought I'd hate it, and I loved it. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh,
Edgar Wright. Amazing movie. Yeah. It's goddamn perfect. It takes place in Toronto.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. And I didn't know anything about it. I went in completely blind, and all of a sudden the video game stuff starts, and I was blown away. Yeah. Absolutely blown away.
When he goes to pee, and it's got the pee bar, I was 100% in on Scott Pilgrim. I'm like, this movie's good. They got a pee bar.
I also went into that movie knowing nothing about it, and then I think you're like pleasantly surprised.
Totally.
Like, wow, this is not maybe what I expected. That's
not
good.
Pleasantly surprised. Fucking blown away by that movie. I loved it.
Have you watched it since?
I've seen it probably 10 times since my kids were born. They love it.
They love it.
Yeah, they love it. Okay. It's great. It's great.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 5. Here are 2 more. This is in no particular order, so I'm not even going to call them honorable mentions. Now, this surprises me because I say this, there's a TV show of this, but the original movie, What We Do in the Shadows, nobody has seen. And it's a goddamn crime. It's one of the best comedies ever made.
Yep. I've seen the movie. I haven't seen a lot of the show.
The show is excellent.
The movie is hilarious.
It is also a masterpiece. It's a perfect film.
You're telling me we got 2 Flight of the Conchords in here?
Yeah, and directed by Clement and Waititi, co-directed. So.
It's Murray.
Rhys Darby is incredible.
He steals every scene he's in all the time, but that is so good. Yeah.
Oh, this is a Jermaine joint. This is okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You haven't seen it, Trey? This is what I'm talking about. This is
you're right, JD.
I can't believe you come to this classic factory every day and you haven't seen it.
Hey,
Please.
this is your house.
Yeah, well,
you're the one who's not talking about it in this.
You're right. right.
You
You're
didn't tell
right.
me to watch it.
You're right.
Until now, so I will.
You guys do all the talking on this show. Final one, and I've mentioned it before, but The Devil Wears Prada is a perfect movie, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, what a list.
That's great.
What an ending.
So we got Bad Santa,
Yes.
School of Rock, Dirty Pretty Things, the
Yes.
only one on this list I haven't seen, so I'm excited to dig into that. Children of Men, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, What We Do in the Shadows, and The Devil Wears Prada. What a list.
I mean, you
Jesus.
will not go
Taste
wrong.
on this guy.
That's great.
All right.
Well done. All right, JD, let's skip the next one. Let's get
Okay.
to
Oops.
yeah,
skipping
yeah,
that
we're,
one.
Vince,
Just since it popped up on the screen, should we bring back the pun gun as a YouTube short?
as a YouTube short.
Yeah, as a YouTube short, yes.
Okay, moving
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Done. Good one. Okay, just a couple left before we get to break here.
Okay.
When are we getting the anime film session? I need Trey's thoughts on Attack on Titan via Beats by Canna.
People went crazy for the Attack on Titan little short that Jerome made for
Yeah.
us.
Oh,
yeah.
I am completely ignorant to what this thing is.
Same.
Same.
But I was deep in the Wikipedia, and it said in 2021, during the first part of the final season, Attack on Titan was the most viewed television program in the United States. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff with like the Titan coming on and apparently they're attacking on him. I guess this comes from the very first episode of the first season.
Uh-huh.
That to me is something we could watch and do like a little reaction to. I was watching a great one of some guys watching Black Betty by Ram Jam. You know, that kind of style of,
Yeah.
oh, look, these people haven't seen this.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're watching Attack on Titan. Maybe it's interesting. I don't know. There was a
love it.
huge response, though, to the Attack on Titan stuff, and I feel like we should probably be a little bit cognizant of what that is.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen like 3 or 4 episodes. It's good, but it's weird.
Is it scary? It seems
You wouldn't want to watch it with your girls. I don't
Okay.
think. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it seems
scary.
adult.
It's scary. It's anime. Yeah, so it's graphic animation.
I like every once in a while, like anime or even like comic books, I like have like this like, all right, I'm gonna try and get into this, and it's daunting. It's like, where do I start? I remember Network had a great podcast. I think it was with comic books, like ones you should maybe start with. But even that, it's like, oh my god, I don't know, and it's a hell of a commitment. And obviously, you just don't know which ones to go with first. But that's how I sort of feel about anime.
Yeah.
I'm not against it at all. I'm just like, I don't know where to start, where I
Sure.
should go. And I think once you start, you're probably going to be absolutely hooked. And then I wonder, do I have the time? I'm on the internet. I just look at everything on the internet.
Yeah, you start thinking about it, and it gets a little daunting.
It does.
And you don't know where to start for sure, but it's extremely popular, so you want to get in.
I know.
I know. But then you're like, I'll just watch School of Rock again. That's right. And be happy for
It's
the
Bad
next 2
Santa
hours.
season soon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But billions and billions, the most watched program in the United States in 2021.
That's
That's
nuts.
it's also not surprising though when I was interneting Attack on Titan after Jerome made that for us, just seeing the amount of hashtags, just to, this is real technical, but like 5.6 billion people had hashtag Attack on Titan on TikTok.
wow.
So what up with that? I guess people watch it. All right.
So why don't we just hashtag everything we put up Attack on Titan?
Hey, if you guys want me to wear the muscle suit every day, I'll do it. I'll do it for the
Well,
numbers.
apparently we'll help the numbers. Yeah.
Well, speaking about muscle suits playing basketball, last question. Do you have any go-to moves when playing basketball, if any? And that's from Normal Estimate 1 on Reddit. Anybody got their go-to
Trey,
move
what's
they
your
want to
go-to
talk
move?
about?
You do.
Hansen points. My best friend, his last name is Hansen, and all he does is run from rim to rim, grabbing rebounds and putting them up on the basket. So after, the pandemic layoff, a long time not playing, I'm like, I have zero skills. The only thing I'm going to be able to do is run back and forth. So I just run back and forth, get as close to the rim and make a layup. Turns out it actually works. Being very close to the basket and being the tallest guy, pretty sweet. Wish it wouldn't have taken me until age 38 to lock that down. But
Your go-to move is like post play, but then you'll do it like a little fadeaway around the free throw line. That is like that's your go-to shot in my mind.
Yeah. I would agree. A lazy man's Dirk Nowitzki
Yeah, like a little
fadeaway.
closer.
Yeah, softy.
Yeah.
Big soft guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be tough. That was the thing. I'm trying to get my Hansen points up, trying to be tougher. And I'd say when I came back to playing skates, I was like, I can't shoot fadeaways right now. I haven't earned it.
Yeah.
My
Right.
jumper's not back. Like, I just wasn't feeling smooth out there,
been a
but
while.
we'll see.
That's
I think
the
we're
first-
back on the court tonight, eh?
That's what the word on the street
That's what
is.
the word
That
on
the
the
gym
street
is
is.
back, baby. They fixed the roof.
You in or you retired?
3 weeks. I mean, 3 weeks. I got to run in 2 weeks. I can't.
Oh, you got a
Okay,
race
fair
coming.
enough, fair enough.
Oh,
fair
you
enough.
don't want
I
to.
don't
want
wanna
to
do that
tweak
now.
anything.
But the person that's going rim to rim is the person you want to play with.
100%.
And it's the smart person too. And if you haven't played in a long time, that's what you got to do. You just got to go at it. Because I remember even playing with our man Brad Kuchkowski, who hadn't played basketball in a long time. He just ran rim to rim, put his butt out, grabbed a rebound, and put it back up.
Yeah.
And
Turns out you could score a lot of points
you
like that.
score, yeah.
Just get close.
yeah.
Everyone wants to just pull up from 30 feet.
That's
it's a lot
right,
cooler.
that's
What's my go-to move?
Your go-to move is on a fast break. You're the fastest guy out there, but if there's a defender back, you come at him, you cross over to the left hand and spin back to the right hand for a layup. It's a Tony Parker spin is what I would call it. It's tough to stop. That's your go-to move, though, to me.
I thought it would be something like that on a fast break. Because I was struggling with this. The best I could come up with my go-to move. It's not really a move. It's like I take off really far on a layup. Like I'm a bit of a glider in the air. I'm not obviously getting above the rim, but I can jump quite far in the air. And when I play, people are always like, I didn't think you were going to take off from there and then do a layup. You know what I mean? So it gets people by surprise where I'm launching. But okay, I'll take the TP spin there on the fast break. Let's just hope we make it through tonight without getting injured, because it's been a while since competitive basketball. Can't wait though.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking about
Can't
it
wait to hear about
on
it.
tomorrow's podcast. For sure,
We're
we
breaking
will be.
down all 8 pickup games from Wednesday night.
Busy night. Got a lot of games on in the NBA. We got Survivor, and then we got our own pickup run to at least commit 30 minutes to on tomorrow's podcast. Okay, great stuff there. Some little follow-up to our AMA. Thanks to everybody that jumped in on that and asked us questions. We tried to respond to as many as possible.
We've
there.
got another one coming up after the break. A quickie.
Ooh, good. And when we come back, we'll make our pick'em picks for tonight. Don't go anywhere.
If you own crypto and leave it on the exchange where you bought it, that's a mistake. We've heard the news lately. Exchanges closed, accounts frozen. We're learning the hard way. Crypto on an exchange is not really in your control, so what can you do? Get a secure crypto wallet and control your crypto yourself. So check out our new sponsor, ZenGo, the simple and secure crypto wallet with everything you need. Most crypto wallets come with a private key that you need to secure. But if the private key gets lost, hacked, or stolen, say goodbye to all of your crypto. Forever. Give me a tight shot here, JD, on the lips, please. Just a quick lips shot. Forever.
Nice.
ZenGo created the crypto wallet we've all been waiting for. It's controlled by you, so unlike an exchange, no one can access your crypto but yourself. At the same time, ZenGo removed the private key vulnerability, instead using a type of cryptography called MPC that until now has only been available to billion-dollar institutions, and here's what that means, Skeets. 1, your ZenGo wallet is fully recoverable. Say goodbye to lost Bitcoin.
Okay.
Or hello, since you won't be losing it.
I just look at it every day. So yeah,
Just look at it. Just look at it. It's there. 2, your ZenGo wallet is a hacker's nightmare. ZenGo uses 3-factor authentication, including 3D biometrics, so no one can access your wallet but you. And 3, ZenGo recognizes we're all at different levels of our crypto journey, and they built live 24/7 support with real people directly into the app. From Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, and more, ZenGo supports all your favorite cryptocurrencies and NFTs, and now for the first time, you can keep them safe with tech the big guys have used for years, thanks to ZenGo. So download the ZenGo app from the App Store or Google Play. That's ZenGo. Use code NODUNKS to get $20 back on your first purchase of $200 or more. That's code NODUNKS for $20 back on your first purchase of $200 or more when you download ZenGo from the App Store or Google Play. Terms and conditions, they apply.
With the bustling holiday season just around the corner, I'm talking Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, if you want to throw it in there, it's the perfect time to plan ahead with Factor, a ready-to-eat meal delivery. They shop, prep, cook, and deliver to your door so you can enjoy chef-crafted, which is also chef-created in a way.
Yeah.
Dietitian-approved meals during the holidays, minus the hassle. My holiday schedule, it's already jam-packed.
Is it?
Yeah, we're not even there yet. You're flying here, someone's flying in from there. I've got the Hamaka catalog to look through. Busy time in the Skeets household. Luckily, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy to fuel up fast when I'm on the go. I'm always on the move, always on the go. So I save mad time with meals delivered ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes. And here's the thing. You're not eating the 5 or 6 same meals with this. Factor offers 34 meals per week and 36 add-on options like smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep you going. Factor, it's just cheaper than dining out. Crunch the numbers.
Okay, crunch
them. Put the money you save towards holiday fun. Or waste it, like me, on a dumb monkey lamp or a marshmallow gun or something else from the Hamaka catalog. And thanks to Factor's commitment to ingredients with integrity, you can enjoy flavorful, chef-crafted meals guilt-free. And when things get hectic during the holidays, and you know they will, Factor is flexible, so you can change up your order every week with your plans, which is really nice. You can pause, or you can reschedule your deliveries anytime you want. They work with you. So Factor into your life. I came up with that line. I'm really proud of it.
Actually,
talk to me, Factor,
that's
about
good.
that. Head to go.factor75.com/nodunk60 and use the code NODUNK60 to get 60% off your first box. That might be a record in terms of straight up discount we're handing out here on the show. 60% off. That's code NODUNKS60 at go.factor75.com/nodunk60 to get 60% off your first box. Whole lot of numbers. A lot of numbers in that URL, Factor. Factor in the numbers next time. Otherwise, great meal deliveries. All right, back with No Dunks here. Let's start wrapping up this podcast. A lot of games on tonight, including our pickup run, which starts at 7 p.m., just in case you're interested. They should add it to the NBA.com schedule. But where are we going for our pick'em game tonight?
Yeah, the NBA is back. That night off. Had you searching the internet there, Skeets.
Yep.
And a game that I'm sure ESPN thought would have been more of a doozy to start the season. It's a slightly lackluster now, the way the Lakers are playing, and the Clippers don't have Kawhi. They're meeting up. The Clippers are the home team in Staples Center, and they are 4.5-point dogs. I must have made a mistake.
I was going
there.
to say, is that right? That can't be right.
Holy cow, that's
no,
embarrassing.
The Clippers are favored by 3 now. I mean, that has to be wrong.
That has to have been a 4. What a mistake by me.
You had the night off,
mistake.
too.
Yeah, I was doing this early. It's probably a 6 a.m. phone submission.
Oh, that'll get you.
What a dummy. Of course the Clippers are favored.
Yeah.
That's
why I took the Clippers. By the way.
Man,
I was like, what
points?
the
Nice.
hell? Who's not playing for the Clippers? I don't care. I'm taking them.
Okay, so
what are we doing?
So we're putting the Clippers up as 4.5-point favorites. My mistake. That's my mistake. Also, I made my pick to pick the Lakers because the Clippers don't, in my mind, blow teams out. Doesn't feel like it anyways. I did the math. You want to hear more numbers? They've had 6 wins this season by an average of 4.5 points. So
that's why
it's going to be a push. It's going to be a push.
Okay.
They're going to win by 4.5 points.
We're going 4.5 that the Clippers are favored by?
Yeah. So you guys.
Can we bump it down to 3, which is what the line is now?
No, not now.
Okay,
No,
3.5.
no.
Okay.
You guys thought.
All right, you want to switch yours if you want. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No, I still want the.
Okay, me too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, you can make it. No, you're right. I don't know what I'm doing here.
No, you're fine.
The numbers don't make sense. We'll make it 3.5.
No, 3.5. I like that compromise. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're both sticking with the
You guys have to win
Clippers.
by 4.
This is great
Anyways,
podcasting.
What a mistake.
A little planning podcast.
You know what? I would say that was the most entertaining pick'em we've had all season.
You think?
Because we're talking about mistakes rather than just, there's a line.
Oh, you know what's going to be really interesting? When the Clippers win by just 4 points exactly tonight, then you're going to come in all fired up. Because you're going to say, it should have been 4.5.
I've never made this mistake before. I'm really upset with myself. No, I'm okay with it.
I've made that mistake many times. Many times I've made that mistake. That exact same one.
Not a dummy. Okay. Not you, me. I'm not calling you a dummy.
Not this time.
Not this time.
The other times it was me.
Okay. One more submission from our AMA Reddit
Sure.
that we didn't get to that we wanted to get to. Trey promised to try and get, quote, the most tubular photo of Yams, his dog. He has yet to deliver.
Oh, wow.
So have you delivered now, Trey? Because The Patch Bobcat on Reddit wants to know.
Tell me if this is a tubular photo of Yams. We'll put it up afterwards.
That's tubular.
That's pretty tubular.
I was gonna say it's not as tubular as I thought it would be.
Wow.
Yeah, I think my dog's more tubular.
I mean, we're saying tubular from like a tube-shaped standpoint. Okay, as long as we're all in agreement on that.
Okay, that does.
I thought that was the most
illustrate it.
tubular
Yeah,
look.
that illustrates it a lot better.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much more tubular than that.
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like this comment came like there was some sort of viral photo going around of like a dog jumping or something like that, but it had tucked its legs in, so
Right.
just like a tube dog.
Uh-huh.
So I got a sort of tubey dog.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I got a pretty
You got a
tubey
tubey
dog.
dog.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Skeets. A picture from the front where you can kind of like see it going into the background would be more tubular.
Yeah, I think
that would
so.
be the most tubular. But as soon as I went to take a picture of Yams' face, she was just looking at me.
Oh, she's
yeah.
too cute. She's too cute.
You'll see another picture in 10 years.
Well, yeah.
That dog is gonna live forever.
You're telling me. You're telling me, man.
Yams don't go bad. I don't think that's true, actually. But
They start growing weird little green
they?
things
Yeah.
out the side.
Yeah.
Throw them in your garden.
What could be more tubular? You think Luna's more
well,
tubular?
I
No
think in my
way.
head, I always think Yams is bigger than she is and longer than she is. And I now have a dog, and then when Luna comes over, or when we see them together, it's like, oh no, my dog is oddly bigger than your dog and longer. I just think, I don't know, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's not a brag. By the
No,
way.
it's not. No, but your dog has athletic haunches. Use promo code NODUNKS at athletichaunches.com to get 20% off your first order.
If our dogs could play pickup ball, Yams would play like you, rim to rim, and Luna would be
Yeah,
taking off
that's exactly
from
right.
way too far to try and finish the layups on the fast break.
that's
And,
right.
and it's speedy, yeah.
Way faster.
Yams has got more tubular as the years have gone on. It's
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once
The-
the girls
the-
started eating
yeah.
solid food, it was tube time.
tube time.
All right, there you go. There you go, Bobcat.
There you go, Bobcat.
There's a tubular photo. I guess tubular, like, that's cool dog, dude.
Cool.
It used to be. Not anymore. Maybe in the late 1900s.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you're right.
Oh,
Big time
things were
tubulars.
tubular.
Yeah, very tubular.
Dogs were tubular.
Yeah.
Turtles.
Anyways, hopefully we intend to make this Reddit show more tubular as the shows go on.
That's the plan, man.
Let us know, probably monthly as we progress here. Who knows where the show goes, though? Send in your suggestions. We'll be monitoring Reddit, as we always do.
Yep.
Bring in the best threads to talk about and discuss here, the original content. Maybe an OCer out there that's doing their thing will come on. I see a lot of people on Reddit saying, you're going to bring on with a camera? You're going to bring on a Redditor on camera? Who knows?
I'm game.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. People got takes. Let's fire them off.
Yeah.
I did enjoy this. Not part of it, of course, being no basketball last night, but I liked, like, it's not like heavy, like, game recap, you know?
Absolutely.
I love, like, the big picture, the big trade topics, the Curry MVP talk, all that. Good stuff, NBA
Had a
Reddit.
beach stepping vibe to me.
Oh, big time. Big time. All right. Well, if you're new to the show here in our No Dunks world, subscribe, please. Like the video. If you're listening to the podcast, leave your boys a 5-star rating and review. Later today, Is This Good? Matty O and Max Shapiro and JD going through restaurant Is This Good topics. That's going to be a lot of fun. They'll get that up a little bit later, but subscribe to Is This Good? And check out No Breaks, Days of Thunder film session. That wasn't making your list, eh, JD? Days of Thunder? You didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Listen to the pod.
Yeah,
Everybody.
listen to the pod. Go check it out. Days of Thunder, No Breaks, podcast feed and YouTube feed. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow to break down all the games and most importantly, our pickup run tonight. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, The Devil Wears Prada was a good movie, a great movie, a perfect movie, in fact.
Brace the day, people.